planning improves the performance of the organization? Before knowing how planning improves the performance of the organization, what do you mean by improving the performance? In simple terms, when the organization's performance is improved, which means they are using the resources efficiently, their productivity is more and their profitability is high. So now, how planning helps in improving the future performance of the organization? Well, naturally, for this, planning helps what? Setting clear objective for the near future. Not only that, planning helps in deciding proper course of action to achieve those objectives. So these two basic ingredients of planning, that with planning, organization sets a clear objective for the near future, and not only that, it also decides the course of action to achieve that objective. Now, this is beneficial to the organization. Understand, give me a common sense that an organization which has a clear cut objective and a clear cut roadmap, a good organization or an organization who doesn't have an objective and a clear cut roadmap, which one is better? Correct. The first one is better because it has a clear cut objective and a roadmap ready, a course of action is ready. So, this is beneficial to the organization. Well, planning helps in efficient working of the employees. Proper planning helps employees follow timely guidelines. Now, this naturally improves the performance of the employees, in turn, the organization, and helps in improving the profitability of the organization. Let us take an example that how this planning helps us in setting a clear objective, which also helps us give a proper course of guidelines, helps in employees achieving timely guidelines or following timely guidelines in order to achieve higher productivity, output, and efficiency. I'll give you two examples. Let us take one by one. Let's say there are two students who are preparing for 12th board commerce exam. Now, student 1 has a clear set of planning ready. So in his planning, he has clear objective set. By this weekend, I will be finishing this chapter of this subject. In the next weekend, I'll be finishing maths chapter. In the next weekend, I'll be finishing accounts this chapter, and so on and so forth. So he has clear-cut objective set. And now he has a clear-cut action plan. Okay, so what subject I should follow this week and what are the chapters to be completed. Anyhow, he has a clear-cut planning for it. So what happens? He knows that this week he'll, by hook or crook, he'll finish this and he'll not go for entertainment if his targets are not achieved. And he'll try to ensure that his weekly targets are achieved. So automatically it helps in achieving timely guidelines. Now, on the contrary, there is another student who have not done any sort of planning. He just studies whenever he feels so. So there is no planning. What happens for certain phases, let's say in a Ganpati festival or a Garba festival, he is out of focus. Since he doesn't have any planning, so he's least bothered that his target is missing. His objective is missing. So what happens? During the exam, the first one person who is well prepared, well planned and ready for the facing of the exam performs well and get good grade. For the second candidate, his preparation is not up to the mark. So automatically the quality answers, quality performance in the examination is slightly reduced. What happens? In both the examples, well, planning helps in setting clear objectives, which also decides a course of action. So this proper timeline helps the student follow this timely guideline that I want to finish this part by this time only. So similarly, this proper planning helps organization follow timely guidelines. Automatically what happens? Since the timely guidelines are followed, you get a desired output, improved in efficiency, and automatically profitability increases for the organization. In our case, the student who ensures that his timely guidelines are achieved ensures he's ready for all sort of examination and all sort of challenges. Let's take another example. where how planning improves performance we'll try to understand. There are two types of manufacturers. One, a manufacturer who is ready with all the plannings. Another, a manufacturer who just finishes the task and hands it over. For the first manufacturer who believes in planning, does what? Knows his target, that he wants to make 500 shirts ready by next 15 days. So what does he do? He ensures for those 500 shirts, he'll be require collars, he'll be require sleeves, he'll be require buttons, and all allied things, all allied accessories, raw materials. So what he'll do with proper planning, he'll have a clear set of objective. Okay, I'll need these many collars by this date. So he'll put order accordingly. I'll need this much by this date. I'll need this much by this date. Right? So once he's clear for the purchasing or working of the style, he can now give the delivery dates to the suppliers. Okay, I'm ready by this time. Since his planning is ready, he has a clear objective and course of action. So if one of the supplier is not available, he'll immediately go to the other supplier. He'll not wait for one so that he'll not miss his timelines. And what has happened? Since his objective is very clear, by this date I'll be ready with these many shirts. So now he has a clear-cut understanding, is he on track or not? Employees are working properly or not? Are they following the timely guidelines or not? Since the planning is ready, everybody is aware about their targets. Okay, I have to finish this much by this date. So employees are efficiently working to achieve their targets. So what happens? Because of the proper planning, the execution of whole process and delivery of the production has happened on time and he's ready with the another demand. But on the contrary, there is another manufacturer who also got the same order of finishing 500 shirts in next 15 days, but he doesn't have a planning. What does he do? He just ensures, okay, so you have these many collar pieces ready. Okay, make collars ready. You're running out of buttons. Okay, then he'll think of buttons. Now what has happened? When he understands that he's running out of the buttons, then he start thinking about button. So there's a huge delay. Not only for buttons, the shirts, the cuttings, the threads, all sort of things add up to a big delay. Since he doesn't have a planning ready, what has happened? Automatically, the timeline has increased. So he's not able to deliver as per the given timeline. See, the things are not ready for the workers to perform or stitching. What? They are sitting idle, so their efficiency is not utilized properly. They are not following the guidelines because they have answers. So things are not ready there. How can we finish on time? So because of lack of planning, the delay has happened. There is an unused efficiency. The efficiency of the employees are not used up to the mark. There are less chances that the delivery is on time. Which is better? Yes. Then manufacturer with a better timelines or a better planning is always better to achieve organization's objective. Hence, in nutshell summary, planning improves performance of the organization. That is efficiency, output, profitability, and so on and so forth. How does it happen that planning improves future performance of the organization? It sets the clear objectives and a proper course of action to achieve those objectives. Now, this is beneficial to the organization as planning ensures efficient working of the employees. Proper planning helps employee follow timely guidelines. This naturally results into a higher production, higher efficiency, higher performances of the employees and in turn the organization, and hence the performance of the organization improves.